Hey guys, I'm here today to show you how to install a very cool product by Versachock. It's our patent pending blind fastener backing plate, which is used for installing this particular model. We're going to use to install this round deck plate, which is sold separately. What we're going to start with here is to show you first of all what's in the kit. So the blind fastener kit for the round deck plate is going to consist of these parts here. We have our threaded 3/16 stainless steel 1/4 inch thick deck plate, which is also going to double as a backing plate. We've got 4 1/4 inch by 2 inch long screws, 3, I'm sorry. And we have a stud here, a 1/4 inch stud, which is going to help us with the installation process. And then we have 1/4 inch self-tapping screw. And finally, there's a template that's included, which has all the dimensions for the hole spacing. So that's what's in the kit. And then as far as tools, what you're going to need is just a standard drill, something to measure your hole spacing with, something to mark your holes with. A few drill bits here. We have a 3/16 drill bit, a 1/4 inch drill bit, a 3/4 inch hole saw bit, a 1 inch hole saw bit, some side cutters, a pair of pliers, Phillips screwdriver, and then a 7/16 inch wrench. So let's get started here. So the first thing we want to do is you're going to want to figure out where you want to locate your deck plate on the deck of the boat. And once you figure that out, mark where the center of this deck plate is going to be. And then the second step, you want to take this template here with the dimensions, and you want to mark the various holes that we're going to need to drill. And the first one here, and it goes in sequence on this drawing as well, the first one is going to be a 3/4 inch hole, which is going to be 0.84 inches this way from the center of the deck plate. So that's going to be right here. And then the second hole is going to be the 1 inch hole right in the center where your deck plate's going to go. And then we also have 2 1/4 inch holes to either side here, and there's going to be a 3/16 inch hole 1.08 inches down from the center of the deck plate. You could also drill this hole and this hole here, the 3/4 inch and the 1 inch. You could drop your deck plate in to mark the other 3 holes if you prefer to do it that way. Either way is fine. So once you have your holes marked, we can set some of our supplies here to the side. So the first one we're going to do is the 3/4 inch hole at the top here. We're using a hole saw bit. You could use a standard bit as well. We're actually going through King Starboard here, the plastic, so this actually works the best. So there you go. That's better. Okay, now we're going to drill our 1 inch hole in the center here. Notice when we're drilling, these 2 holes overlap, and the reason why, it's going to create a nice keyhole. It's going to produce like a keyhole here, and what that's going to allow us to have is access to get our deck plate through, which we'll show you in a minute here. Now we're going to drill the 1/4 inch holes here. Sometimes it also helps to give it a little bit of a woggle, because the longer the material, the thicker the material is here, when you go to send these screws through, you want to have a little bit of wiggle room to make sure you're going to be able to line them up with our holes in the deck plate, which we'll show you in a few minutes here. And the final hole is a 3/16 hole, which is going to be just at the bottom here. Okay, so we've got all our holes drilled now. Can set this stuff aside. So now the next step is going to be installing the deck plate. So, and if you look at the drawing, you can see we have a line here. It's a little more faint than the holes, but it shows you basically the orientation of the deck plate. Okay, so what you want to do is feed the deck plate through the hole, and once you get it through the hole, what I like to do is the center hole at the top here. I like to put one screw in right here. Once you get this threaded in, give it a few turns, make sure you have decent engagement. You don't want to lose it inside there. Then the next hole, keeping this orientated the same way, we can install the stud here. And I'm just going to loosen the nut. And I kind of use this screw here to hold it nice and level. Okay, so we use the tie strap to get it through the hole and hold it. Put one screw in the top here, and then now we can install the stud in one of the side holes here. Doesn't matter which one, you can install it. Oops, let's see, I gotta bring that nut down there a little bit so I have something to grab onto. Okay, get that started. And you can bring it up a little bit, but don't tighten this yet, because the next step, we need to cut this tie strap and pull it out before we tighten this nut here. So now I'm just going to kind of hold this to grab this. Okay, so we got the tie strap out of there. So this is kind of loose now. What we can do, okay, so what I like to do is put a third screw in the hole right here. This is going to make sure we got all three of these lined up. Obviously this top one here is a big clearance hole, but anyway, get these lined up, and then we can tighten this nut on the stud here, which is the trick to the process. And then once this is tightened, now we can back these two screws out. Okay, set them aside for a minute. And now this would be a great time if you want to add some marine sealant to seal up your deck plate. You can put it on the deck plate and set the deck plate down, or you can put it on the surface and then bring the deck plate down. So all we're going to do now is we're going to bring the deck plate in, and then we want to thread in one of the 2-inch screws on this side. I'm going to take another one on the top here. Once I got these two in there, now I can kind of lift the deck plate, take your 7/16" wrench, and we got to back this stud out now because we don't need it anymore. So just kind of reach underneath here, take the stud out. Okay, now a little trick, we're going to put the third screw in here. You can kind of lift up the deck plate a little bit to bring the plate closer to the surface so you can see the threaded hole in here, and then you're just going to get this third screw here started. Okay, once these are started, now you can come back with a screwdriver and just tighten these up. I don't like to use a power driver on these guys here, because if for some reason you get any debris or anything in any of the threads, it can seize up on the deck plate. So we're just going to tighten these three up here by hand. Okay, and the final screw is our self-tapping screw, which is going to go here. Now this one I like to use a power driver on because it's going to be tapped into the material. So just tighten it up. That's all there is to it. Don't need a second set of hands on the bottom side here. The threaded deck plate is going to double as a backing plate, as well as the blind fastener plate as well. So that's all there is to it, folks. Thanks for watching.